Overwatch 2 is a game with many different ultimate abilities, some more dominant than others. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you my top 5 ultimates in Overwatch 2. Fellas, gonna keep it a buck here, posted the top 5 worst ultimates a few days ago, and the feedback I received was pretty good. So you know what, here we are doing the top 5 best ultimates now. One little thing I gotta address first though, fellas, let's fix this, come on. I know we can do better than that. Alright, kicking it off at number 5, we have Zarya's Graviton Surge. Well, first of all, this is a huge teamfight ultimate, provides great setup for your team, and a well-timed Graviton Surge can easily win you games. You can easily make a case for Zarya's ultimate, saying that it is one of the best teamfight ultimates in the entire game. The utility provided on this ability is absolutely insane. Usually when you pop Zarya ultimate, you can easily get 2 to 3 kills if they don't counter it, and it makes melting squishies very, very easy. A good Zarya player can easily use this ultimate to the best of its ability whenever it's on cooldown, looking for 2 to 3 man grabs at minimum. Now at number 4, we have Kiriko's Kitsune Rush. Now I know you might be thinking,
Halzeey, why is Kitsune so low on this list?
Well, let me tell you, frankly, the ultimate has been nerfed quite a bit, and to see it still make an appearance on this list just tells you how broken it was on release. Oh, Kitsune, where do I even begin with this ultimate? Honestly, probably one of the best ultimates in the entire game. Gives your entire team movement speed, cooldown reduction, let's not forget that, and abilities are so OP in Overwatch. Increases your heal output because your cards fly way quicker, and also makes your entire team kill the enemies way quicker as well because it increases your attack rate. I would say it's almost an insta-win teamfight button. There is some counterplay. Sometimes I see Kiriko's completely whiff their ultimate, or they use it at an incorrect time and it's not an insta-win teamfight. The movement speed itself from the ultimate provides little to no counterplay for the enemy team to run away from it if you use it at the correct moments. And even after the nerfs, it's still one of the best ultimates in the entire game. To be honest, I have no idea what Blizzard was smoking when they made Kiriko's ultimate. I have no idea. I wish I could tell you guys, but I completely have no idea. Honestly, I'm trying to get my hands on some. Come on, would it really be a top 5 ultimate list without including Reaper on here? Obviously, Reaper's Death Blossom is extremely overpowered. Probably the best DPS ult in the entire game. I have him as my best DPS ult on this list. And honestly, he has that infamous play of the game button. If you get in the middle of an entire enemy team, you press Q, you're probably going to kill the entire enemy team. They all die instantly. Your ultimate gives lifesteal. Literally, all you have to do, teleport behind them, save your shadow step, just walk up, and yeah, press Q, play the game. There it is. All jokes aside though, Reaper's ult is definitely the best DPS ult in the entire game. If you want to debate me on that in the comments, please go ahead. I would like to see your reasoning on who else could be better possibly. But in my opinion, Reaper, definitely the best DPS ult in the entire game. You literally walk in the enemy team, press Q, they all die. It's like, what more could you want from an ultimate, honestly? Not to mention Reaper's ultimate gives you crazy sustain due to him having lifesteal on his abilities and his weapons. And the reason why I got Reaper higher than Kiriko and Zarya is because frankly, I just think Reaper ult has way more impact than their ults do. I definitely see Reaper's ult doing way more in team fights throughout games than these other two that I put below him. Overall, Reaper is a really solid ultimate, definitely earns a spot in the top 3. Now, coming in the runner-up spot, we have Ramattra, aka Annihilation. Now listen, I know this is a little controversial. I know it is. I can already hear you guys in the comments.
Why is Ramattra's ult on this list at all?
Listen up, if you haven't seen my Ramattra is broken video, make sure to go check that out. I'll leave a link up top there. But let me break it down for you guys. First of all, he has probably one of the best teamfight ultimates in the entire game. Probably the best tank ultimate in the entire game. Why does his ult last infinitely? I keep asking this question in all my Ramattra related content is why does his ult last infinitely, Blizzard? Like his ultimate continuously zaps down the enemy team until they're all dead. It's just a free teamfight win no matter what. It's so broken. And not to mention using his ultimate instantly gives you movement speed because it puts you in your nemesis form. So he just chases down enemies, ultimate infinitely zaps you to death. And let me tell you, if you see a nanoed Ramattra running at you, you're just gonna die instantly. You're literally gonna die instantly. I'm pretty sure we've all experienced this by now, that Ramattra running at you nanoed is you're just dead instantly. Like, I'm sorry, but you're not surviving that. While I know the comments are gonna be like, oh, but you can just sleep him and run away, haha. It's like, bro, that's not how it works. If you play around cooldowns correctly, you're not gonna be able to run away. If the Ramattra is smart, he waits for the sleep and he waits for the anti, you're you're not running from that. Like, you're just not. Now, don't get me wrong. I might be a little biased putting him second. Don't get me wrong. But I do think his ultimate is probably one of the best in the entire game. It's so strong. Like, it's so strong. Blizzard, please just nerf it. Off the top of my head, I don't think I've ever seen an ability that gives you armor, movement speed, infinitely lasting AoE zap. It's like, what more could you want? It's so strong. Now, before I get into my number one pick, I just have a few honorable mentions that I want to go over. I'm not going to go in depth on every single pick, but I just have a few honorable mentions that didn't make the list, but I definitely was debating putting them on. So to start, I have Sojourn. Obviously, Sojourn ult is extremely overpowered. Her railgun instantly charges up, and you definitely can wipe teams with this ultimate. Next, I put Ana on here because honestly, her nano is very, very strong, but I feel like sometimes when you use nano, you don't get value out of it, or you can misclick it on teammates. You know, there's been times, obviously, in everyone's games where you just see, you randomly get nanoed. You just randomly get nanoed, and then you get no value out of it. So that's why I didn't put Ana's on this list. Next, I have Reinhardt as well. Reinhardt, obviously a big AoE team shatter, but I just kind of put Zarya over him. I think Zarya is a little bit better than Rein's ultimate. Next, we have Genji's ultimate. Obviously, Dragon Blade, very, very strong ability. Junkrat Tire, the ability to change team fights whenever, you know, getting that 2-3 man tire. Now, this is pretty interesting. The reason I didn't put Junkrat on here is I just think his tire is too weak. I think 100 HP on his tire is too weak, and most of the time you can just break his tire before it even gets into your team. Now, this one I was really debating. I was really debating putting Mei 5th over Zarya for her Blizzard, because I think Mei's Blizzard is extremely strong. It's a huge teamfight ultimate, kind of does the same thing that Zarya's ultimate does, but the reason why I put Zarya on there is because her ultimate clumps everybody up. That's literally the only reason I put Zarya's instead of Mei's. Mei's, obviously, is a huge AoE freeze area, but I think Zarya's is just a little bit better. And in my opinion, the best ultimate in Overwatch 2 is Lucio Sound Barrier. Think about it. Lucio Sound Barrier grants a huge shield for him and his allies, one of, if not the best defensive ultimate in the entire game. Some people might debate Zenyatta's ultimate is a little bit better for defense, but to be honest, Zen's ult doesn't stop Riptire, so that's one of the primary reasons why I put Lucio as number one. His ultimate range is massive, coming in at 30 meters, and also you can use this ability offensive or defensively. In combination with his speed boost, you can turn the tide of any team fight with a well-timed ultimate and speed boost increase. If you're trying to team fight against a team that has a Lucio Sound Barrier active, good luck. You're probably just gonna die, lose the team fight, or you just have to run away. To be honest, it's definitely not out of the question that there could be some other ultimates that are better than Lucio's, but in my opinion, I think Lucio Sound Barrier comes in as a clear number one for me. It literally provides everything. Utility, great utility. The strength of his shield is crazy, and also the speed after using your speed boost and your ultimate combination is just so strong. But of course, this list is always up for debate, guys. Obviously, it's just my opinion. You know, I could have some personal biases as well. My personal opinion, I think this list is pretty accurate, but let me know what you guys think. Drop a like down below, subscribe. My name is Halzeey, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.